So today we're going to be rebuilding Leicester. Obviously they currently sit in 20th place in the Premier League table. That is why I'm going to be rebuilding them today in this video. But first of all, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, as there's also another rebuild on the channel which is Fiorentina. If you're interested in that, you can go check that out. There's also a Manchester City career mode and a bunch of other content you can go check out. So yeah, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and let's get right into this rebuild. Because this is a lineup we're going to run for part of the season up until January. We're going to have Vardy still up front. We've got Madison, got Harvey Barnes, got Tielemans, Dewsbury, Holvestad, and Noni Madueke, as we saw. You've got June Justin playing right back. We sort of brought in Bonucci. Diogo Costa brought in Paulinho to be a backup. And yeah, we've got a couple of good players there in this team. Let's hope this team's good enough to have a decent season. I think what's currently happening at the moment is Castagne's playing at right back over Justin, and Justin's playing left back, which is really annoying because I want Luke Thomas to get the game time. Let's show you how the team is performing in January. Okay, so as it stands at the halfway point of the season, on the 1st of January, we're currently sitting 6th place in the league, and that isn't too bad, considering that in real life we sit at the bottom of the table. And we're only, I believe, we're only 12 points off Man City top of the table. So it's actually a pretty decent start for us in this rebuild. But let's I'm going to show you how much money we actually have in this rebuild after selling some big players. And I'm going to make possibly one big signing for this team, or maybe two. Let me show you the money we have. And there you go. As you can see, we have 153 million. Now you're probably wondering how we got that amount of money. We sold Soyuncu, we sold Ricardo Pereira, and we sold Ndidi. Ndidi went to Real Madrid for 60 mil. Pereira went to PSG for 45 mil. And Soyuncu went to Fulham for 20 mil. So there's a lot of money there, plus some money we had left over from other transfers and stuff like that. So yeah, let me show you the team real quick. This is how the team currently looks. As you can see, Johnny Evans is at centre back spot because I'm going to look to sell him. And we're going to buy a centre back this window here. And I'm not too sure about the other position. Vardy's gone down to an 82, and Dewsbury Hall will grow this season. So I'm probably going to buy a striker to replace Jamie Vardy. Let's bring in a centre back. Let me show you who that's going to be real quickly. Let's show you when the transfer is done. As you can see, the man we have brought in for the centre back position is Deo Upamecano, the Frenchman, 23 years old or 22. Can't remember how old he is. But he's going to be playing next to Bonucci for this season, and next season we'll replace Bonucci with someone. But yeah, as you can see, Deo Upamecano is our new left centre back from Bayern Munich, 35 million. And we've still got a lot more money to spend, and I'm going to show you the players we're going to bring in after we see this. In Leicester City blue and white, Deo Upamecano has been signed. Okay, so after going through the transfer window, this is the time we're going to run with for the rest of the season. What else? We brought in Upamecano. We also brought in Felipe Anderson to play the backup right wing role to Noni Madueke for 15 million. You know, 29-year-old. It's going to be a good, decent squad player for us. And yeah, we needed a backup right mid because Mark Albrighton's, I believe, 72 rated. Where is he? Yes, he is 72 rated. We're going to bring in a backup left back next season, depending on Thomas's growth. We might send a first team left back. He's 21, 78 rated. He's doing quite well for himself. He's actually playing, which is good. But yeah, our centre back options quite good. Obviously, Bonucci's dropping in overall quite quickly, gone from 84 to 82. But for this first season, he's doing the job for us. Diogo Costa up to an 81, Madueke up to an 82, and Harvey Barnes up to an 83. So we're having a good season in terms of growth. So yeah, let's cut to the end of the season and show how we're doing at that point. Okay, we come here to the end of the Premier League season and we stay in 6th place, but a very good season from us, 71 points. That'd usually be enough to get you into the top 4. Well, obviously Arsenal there with 74 and Man United with 3. And third, actually, we're in third with 78, if I can get my words up properly. But as you can see, we finished 6th place in the FA Cup. We got knocked out. Not sure at what point, we've got knocked out somewhere in here. In the Carabao Cup, that's it. I think we got knocked out in the very first round of the Carabao Cup. Let me have a look, round 1. Are we in here somewhere? And I just remember we got knocked out. There we are. Got knocked out by Brighton in the first game we could play. Got knocked out by Derby, sorry. But yeah, 6th place in the Premier League. Obviously that means we get Conference League football, I believe, which is decent. We needed Europa League football for the objective, but Conference League should suffice. Let's show you how the players perform this season. If we come here to these stats and we go to most goals scored, and it's Harvey Barnes with 20 and 7, Madison with 14 and 7, Madueke 14 and 5, Vardy with 11 and 3 in his final season for us. It's down to an 18 rating, so we're going to sell him next season. Patson Daka up to an 80, but he's not going to be able to start in striker next season. We're also probably going to sell Bonucci and buy another centre back. We've got Timo Lanzé up to an 85. Castagna 80, Justin 80 as well. Upamecano went in +2, clearly made a difference this season. Dewsbury Hall has gone up to a 78, love to see that. And Anderson only played 3 games off the bench, and maybe got tomorrow. Also only 8 games, interesting. Dennis Praet played 31 games. Did he play like centre mid or something? Interesting. Yeah, I forgot to mention we bought Kierkegaard for an objective, I can get my words out, and I loaned him back to Club Brugge for this season. So yeah, let's see how he comes back after his loan. I'll possibly loan him again. And let's get into next season, and yeah, we're going to sign a first team striker to replace Vardy, and Batson Daka is going to be the backup, and Bonucci, we're going to replace Bonucci in the first team. I might keep him as a backup, 81 rated, it could be alright, or we might sell him just for a little bit of money, you never know. But yeah, let's cut to season 2 and show you how the team and the signers I make. Because obviously this is a team we're coming to season 2 with, and let's show you the team that we're going to have in a second after I made a couple of transfers. And yeah, so the team out, we need a couple of backup players it looks like. So I'm going to, we've got Samaria there actually, there we go. So yeah, this is the team we're going to go with, pretty much. We're going to sign a first team striker, we're going to sign a first team centre back. And we're going to run with that in season 2. And maybe we might sell Tielemans, he isn't going to grow anymore. He's 26, but I might keep him in for now and sell him maybe next season. So I'll show you how the team looks after the transfer window. So the guy we're bringing in for first team striker is a Brazilian from Atletico Madrid, and that's right, it's Matheus Cunha. A striker linking up with Yuri Tielemans as the manager. As you can see, he's completed his medical here. He's going to be our first team striker for this season. Patson Daka will play backup role behind him. See Madison and Tielemans getting ready to get him a bunch of assists this season. And yeah, Matheus Cunha is a new guy. Let's see him in the kit, and then I'll cut to the team when we sign our new centre back. I just say our new number 9. Let's cut to the marquee signing on the buy for centre back position any second now. And we're going to cut straight to the centre back. We're signing a man who should be England's starting centre back instead of Harry Maguire, and that's Fifa Tomori of AC Milan, the 85 rated centre back. We signed it for about 68 million, I think it was. It was 68.7 million, because the AC Milan manager, I forgot his name, wasn't willing to budge on the transfer fee. And Fifa Tomori, the Englishman, will join up with mine's gone blank to another centre back. We'll join up with our other centre back and form a great partnership. Number 5 he was aware, and let's get into the season and show you the team we're going to line up with. And as you can see, this is the side we're going to run with for the season. Season 2, we brought in Fifa Tomori to play with Upamecano. That should be a deadly centre back pairing. And we also have Matheus Cunha up front now as our starting striker. Let's cut to how we're doing in January, and hopefully this team gets us into at least a Champions League position in the Premier League and wins the Conference League as well. Because as it stands in January, as you can see, we're currently sitting 2nd in the Premier League, only 4 points behind Manchester United. So we've had a very good, clearly those 2 signings, we've had a very good impact on our team. And we're going to check how we're doing in the Europa League. I made a mistake, it isn't the Conference League we're in the Europa League. And in the group stage, we finished top of our group, 10 points clear of AS Monaco in 2nd. So yeah, I don't think we're ready to make any more signings this window. In the Carabao Cup, how we're doing in this. We're in the semi-finals up against Aston Villa, love to see that. In the FA Cup, we're up against Reading in round 3. Yeah, as you can see, we actually finished the Premier League season in 2nd place, 6 points behind Manchester United, which is unreal, because obviously we're way down in Man City were last season in 6th place. And in real life, they are down where QPR are. They've actually made their way back up to the Premier League in 20th place. And now in the FA Cup, where did we finish in this? If you want to load, we didn't make it to the final, we didn't make it to the semi-finals, or the quarters, we made it, we didn't make it there. Where are we at then? There we are, we went out to Man United in round 4. In the Carabao Cup, did we end up winning this? No we didn't, we got knocked out to Aston Villa, who actually end up losing to Liverpool in the final. But a little surprise to you, something that did get ruined for me when I looked at the standings page, is that we are, you probably guessed it, we are in the Europa League final. We're up against Tottenham Hotspur. And to get here, obviously we finished top of our group stage in 18 points in the round of 16. We beat Fiorentina, which is a little bit of a little poetic, I don't know what's what I'm looking for. Well, obviously that's the last team I rebuilt, so clearly they're not doing too well without me. In the quarterfinals we beat Benfica, in the semi-finals we beat Ajax, and now we're taking Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final, which we are going to play. I'm going to do the highlights of this, because obviously it isn't the Champions League final. So yeah, let's get into this one, hopefully win Europa League competition. So we actually have a penalty 4 minutes in here. We could get ourselves off to a great start. Oh, and Jan Sommer, who's a goalkeeper I actually almost bought. He's our best pen taker, it's actually Yuri Tielemans. A guy we could sell next season. Tielemans is going to go top left, and Jan Sommer makes a save. And the ball's going to go out. Oh, in. Oh, we almost blocked that. That'd have been nice. We have a corner here. 31 minutes in. We've got Madison to taking it. Not too sure who we can whip it into. We've got Tamori and Upamecano in the box. Whip it in. It goes towards Cunha, who wins the header, and it's cleared off the line. Forced to Madueke though. Madueke power strike from range, and Leicester about that the better. Spurs actually have their first attack on the 45th minute with Koke on the ball. They've signed him. Got Harry Kane down the centre, it looks like. Didn't actually look for Harry Kane, so I marked it in time, but Tamori steps up, commits a foul, but advantage. Upamecano sets up, but it's going to be Luke Thomas in the end. Gets the ball away. Now we have a solo run, 60th minute here. Cunha versus Eric Dyer. I'm recording this after watching a Man City game, so I'm a little bit annoyed at the performance, considering we drew to Copenhagen. Oh, Cunha, that would have been nice. 2 nutmegs. 80th minute. Is this going to actually go to like extra time or something? Harvey Barnes, the local. Is he local to Leicester? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if he's like a Phil Foden to Man City type deal at Leicester. Harvey Barnes. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I do that? Tried to square it over to Cunha, and it's going to go to extra time. Oh, it's penalty shootout actually. Okay, well we've got penalties there in the Europa League. Let's get into it, I guess. Let's sign Leroy Sané. Did I see Leroy Sané there? I swear I saw Leroy. Yeah, they do have Leroy Sané. Harry Kane versus Costa. Harry Kane's penalty is top right. That's sanctioned. That's unsavable. We're going to try to emulate that with Tielemans here, and we don't. Jan Sommer saves it. So Marcus Acuna going to go to the left, and Costa makes a save. Cunha to go top left. Cunha buries it. We're both on one here. Heung-min Son versus Costa. He's going to go left, and he's gone bottom right. Okay, Madison. No, we're going to emulate Heung-min Son, go bottom right. Love to see that from the captain, Leroy Sané. It's alright, goes bottom left. Okay, it's left, right, it seems like right now. Okay, that is quick, but I somehow timed that to perfection. I deserve the goal. I timed that to perfection. Koke versus Costa, and he went down the middle. And Spurs win the Europa League. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Europa League, but we're in the Champions League next season. So let's get into next season. Hopefully, get a better ending than this to our Europa League, to our Europa campaign. Well, after that unfortunate loss in Europa League, when I look at the team stats, you can see Mateus Cunha doing quite well for himself at 27 and 8. James Madison 19 and 12. Madueke 16 and 4. Tielemans 14 and 9. And Harvey Barnes 12 and 4. Now, a player we could replace next season is Yuri Tielemans. How much is he worth? He's worth 62 million. Did we sell him next season and bring in like 2 world-class centre mids, or do we give Sumare 1 more season? So it is the Champions League season, so I feel like we need to go all out for that season. We'll see how much money we have, and I'll make my decision based on that. But yeah, that's a line, not lineup, but that's the stats for the season. You can see Cunha, great signing so far. Madison doing quite well. Let's get into season 3 and hopefully win the Champions League. Okay, so this is a team we're going to run with for season 4, I believe it's season 4. Yeah, it is season 4. We're going to have Conor Gallagher in the centre mid spot. We've just brought him in to replace Sumare and Dewsbury Hall. And we're going to play backup roles. We also bought Serginho Dest for the right back spot, and we sold Timothy Castagna to Inter Milan. So this is the team we're going to run with for the season. I'm hoping the likes of Thomas, Dest, Gallagher can grow quite a lot to catch up with the other players in this team. And yeah, Tamori should hit 90 rated this season, which is mental. Yeah, hoping these players on the bench will still do quite well, because we might need to play the likes of Pratt and Felipe Anderson at some point. But also I brought in Nathan Ake because Fife wanted to leave. So I had to buy a centre back, so I thought, why not bring in Nathan Ake for like 12 million? Yeah, that's the team we're going to run with for the season. Okay, so in January season 5, as you can see, we are set in 9th place, which is interesting because Man United, who I believe won the league last season, are in 8th, and we, who came 2nd, are in 9th. And according to the top I said we're Aston Villa and Liverpool. As you can see, we're actually not that far away on 33 points, so on 42. It's not that much of a gap this point in the season. It's quite a close gap between us and obviously like 4th and 3rd and 2nd, etc. Gonna make possibly like one sign, which is a backup left back, so I should not have one anymore. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but we don't have a backup left back, and yeah, we need to bring a one in for Luke Thomas. Because I'm actually going to check how much it's going to grow this season, because if not I might sign like a first team like left back to just improve him. As you can see, we're starting a new left back. I looked into Luke Thomas's development plan. It took him like 85 weeks to grow to a next overall. So I was looking through left backs we could sign, and I thought who better than Fikayo Tomori, his former teammate, the man whose contract was expiring at AC Milan. Theo Hernandez, we brought him for I think like 80 something million. I'm not too sure what it was. We'll see. Have a look in a minute. How the transfer fee was. I tried for like 75 million at the first because that's what it said I could get him for. But as you can see, number 16, Theo Hernandez, will we have first choice left back, and Luke Thomas will go to the backup spot. Isn't a bad backup being 82 rated, but Theo Hernandez is the new man at the King Power Stadium, and this should be a huge step up for us this season. 75 million we brought it for. That's what I thought it was in the end. Yeah, it's going to be a great sign we see here. I'm just going to skip this. As you can see, it's going to slot straight into the left back. Well, I'm not sure why it's going for the right back with Serginho Dest. Actually, three former AC Milan players in my team right now, with Theo Hernandez, Serginho Dest, and Fikayo Tomori. But let's look how the team's going to line up with him in the team. As you can see, this is how the side it's going to look. We're going to have Theo Hernandez on the left, Tomori, Upamecano, and Serginho Dest in the back line. All we basically need now is an AC Milan centre back to create the AC Milan back four. I lost my train of thought there. This is how we're going to run with it the rest of the season. Obviously we're saying 9th place currently, which ain't too great. Now, one reason behind it is Conor Gallagher's in bad form for some reason. I think the whole team is in bad form in general. Yeah, we're going to cut to the team in January and just see how we performed at the end of the season. Okay, so this is a side we're going to run with for season 4. You're probably wondering what happened at the end of last season because the clip wasn't there. Although we finished 8th in the Premier League, which wasn't too good. And as you can see, we brought in our homegrown talent, Davey. We loaned him out in previous years, but I'm going to give him the chance to be a backup striker this year. We brought in Lucas Moura because from the free agents, as Felipe Anderson wanted to leave, going to give Kierkegaard the opportunity to be a backup cam. And we brought back Nathan Ake as he wanted to leave, so he actually left on a free transfer, which was really annoying. So I brought him back. And I'm looking to learn how to do Corey because he's going to complain about game time a lot this season. Not the Corey, Samara, sorry. Going to look to loan him out and keep Dewsbury Hall as our backup centre mid, because he won't really want that much game time over the likes of Gallagher. So yeah, that's the side we're going to run with. Let's show you how the team is doing in January. Okay, so here we are in January. We're currently sitting 4th place in our league on 38 points, not that far behind Spurs at the top of the table. And let's see how else we're doing in other competitions. Obviously we don't have any Champions League or Europa League or Conference League football this season, I don't believe anyway. We're up against Huddersfield in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. How we're doing in this? I would like to win a cup in this season. We're against Crystal Palace in the semi-finals there of the Carabao Cup. Love to see it. In the Conference League, were we in? I don't think we were in any. We finished 8th in the league, so I think we were one spot off getting Conference League football, if I remember correctly. Man City are in the Europa League. That's interesting. We have a look through here. And yeah, Man City were in the Europa League this season. So let's show you how the team. Well, we're seeing how the team's doing in the league. And for some reason, Deo Upamecano is unhappy about his play time, so I'm gonna have to sort that out. Hopefully, it sorts itself out because he's got suspended in competition. So I'm guessing he wasn't playing for that, and then for some reason again, they sort of playing Nathan Ake over him due to him being in bad form, which is really annoying because like, if a player's higher rated, then they should be playing and it gets a chance to recover their form. And if they don't, then it should go off form in my eyes. Yeah, Liverpool down to 7th, interesting. And yeah, I'm going to show you if we're making these signings. This transfer window got a lot of money, so I'm tempted to make one big signing, and if we do, it's possibly either going to sell an Upamecano if he's unhappy about his play time and he complains more, and maybe a centre mid to replace Gallagher because he isn't growing. He's still only 85 overall. So yeah, I'll show you if we're making these signings at the end of the window. Okay, just a quick update on the team before we swim to January. As you can see, we now have Sober in our back line. We were forced to sell Upamecano, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to using him in this rebuild, but we're going to have to sell him. And yeah, we're sold into Juventus for 110 million. We brought in Tapsoba for, I think it was like 60 something million. So yeah, it's a like for like swap. Obviously Upamecano is one rating higher, but Tapsoba is going to grow this season obviously. So let's cut to January and show you how this team is performing at that point in the season. Well, at the end of the season. As you can see, end of season 4 we have won the Premier League title. Unfortunately we didn't win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, which is really annoying. And yeah, let's see how the team is performing. Unfortunately my job is in the red, and I'm going to just complain about this again as I did in the Fiorentina rebuild. I'm going to show the objectives that are killing me in the manager rating, because I have done the objective that's ruining me. So youth development, completed that one, and yeah, we got that one done, and 2 nationalities of a different club. Sorry. So let me just think of players I signed. I signed Lucas Moura at the start of the season, he's Brazilian, and I signed Tapsoba, he's from Burkina Faso. Are they English? No, so that should count. Apparently not. Obviously we won the league, so hopefully that should keep me my job. This one didn't do because it's a very low priority. And it's one of those that it just seems like it's impossible to do. Because sign 3 crucial players, like you can't sign players like, you know what I mean, like you're gonna have to spend like 60 mil plus on a crucial player in your team. EA really needs to sort these like develop it. Like your job should like depend on whether you did a youth development objective. It should depend on if you won titles. You know what I mean? Like they're the objectives that should matter the most, not brand exposure. Imagine Pep Guardiola like winning the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup in the same season, right? But he got fired because he didn't sign like a Brazilian and like, I don't know, something else, right? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's have a look at the player stats. I'm just going to do this all in one swoop so I don't have to cut. It will save me some clips at a later point in the video. Okay, most goals Mateus Cunha, to an 89 rated, love to see that, 30 goals and 6 assists. Harvey Barnes, 90 rated now. Madueke, 88. Madison, 89. Gallagher actually played this season, love to see that. Tielemans obviously below that tomorrow, so Gallagher got game time and that clearly worked. Davey, up to an 83, only played 17 games, 2 goals. Tapsoba came in, did quite well for himself. Ake as well. And yeah, looks like we got a pretty decent. Obviously, we won the Premier League, so realistically, we should do well in the Champions League next season. That makes sense. I'm probably going to make, depending on Gallagher's growth, let's check it out real quickly here. How long is it going to take him to go to an 86? 16 weeks there. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy a new midfielder instead of Gallagher, I don't know. Do I give him a chance? 16 weeks at the longest time. It's 4 months. Yeah, I might give him the opportunity to grow, give him like a little bit, and if he does go to an 86 in January, by the time of January, then I'll keep him, or like an 86, 87 by that time, depending on his growth. And if he doesn't have any growth after 86, then I'll just sell him and bring in a new midfielder probably, or like keep him on the bench and buy like a big midfielder. So yeah, let's cut to season 5, and hopefully that is a season we do well in the Champions League. Okay, well, looks like this is going to be the end of this video here, which is rather annoying. As you can see, start of the season, this is literally the first day of the new season. My manager rating is still the same as last season, which I think is harsh because it's 34 when it was 41 at the end of it, and I don't get why it's that low anyway when I won a league. As you can see, I did that objective, which is sign 3 players, you know, with higher potential than what the average rating potential sort of thing. Did that one which never works, you know, where you sign a player from the same nationality as a club. This objective never works, so I don't get why it's in the game and why it doesn't work in the first place. Because that's the one that's getting me fired. That's a critical objective, and I completed it, so my manager rating should have gone up from this one, which it didn't, and it should have gone up from this one as well. The rest of the objectives are ones that you don't get a chance to do. So if I swim forward to the 8th, I've done this like 3 or 4 times now, I just get fired. Which is, obviously as you can tell, really annoying because it shouldn't be happening anyway. Like, won the league last season, completed 2 objectives already, which is sign players, you know, which are like doing that objective, and I signed a player from England, which is a similar nationality club, and similar to last season when I signed 2 players from one player from Brazil, Burkina Faso. That didn't count. So EA really need to fix these objectives, man, because doing videos like this, I want to do more of them, but it just isn't going to allow me. If you succeed, you know, you win a trophy, like the Premier League, if you win the Premier League and that was your objective, to win the Premier League title, your manager rating should at least be orange. You know what I mean? It should be like, okay, you didn't win a Champions League or anything like that. As you can see, fired on the 6th, despite completing 2 objectives out of the lot. I can't get past the 6th or the 8th, and well, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna upload this anyway, because just to hopefully get some eyes and stuff like this. I was really looking. This season was going to be the one we actually do win the Champions League as well. I had a feeling it's going to make like a big signing for centre mid. It's going to sign Bellingham for centre mid. And well, yeah, this is the end of the video. So it's a rather abrupt ending, rather dead ending to the video. I'm sorry that this has happened in this video. I could record another rebuild, but it is Thursday when I'm recording this, and I want to put this out on a Saturday. So it's going to be a long recording, like, you know, session, and this will probably just happen again. So yeah, I'm going to upload this, and yeah, hopefully it isn't too disappointing. That there's no like exciting ending, you know, winning the Champions League. There's nothing like that in this video. But it ain't my fault. It's the game, and hopefully videos like this being put out there will, you know, especially like, and people will see this. Obviously my channel was only small, so it's not really going to get the most eyes, but hopefully if you're seeing this video, you know, you can share this around if you're watching this far. And yeah, especially like, I know YouTubers like Channy are complaining about this and have sent, you know, stuff to EA talking about it, but chances are it's going to take them ages to fix, if they even do fix it, because it's been a thing that's been in the game for years, ever since they added the objectives. You know, some objectives just don't work, like signing a player, like getting a critical objective, which is sign a player, and you sign the player and the game goes, oh, you didn't do it, but it says 1 out of 1, and the game's like, nah, you didn't do it, and you're like, well, like, I did. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I did what you wanted me to do, but you say I didn't do it. So I'm gonna start this rant here. So I was gonna say, if you enjoyed this video, which is obviously like, it's not an enjoyable video to watch because it ends in this. But yeah, don't forget to drop a like, I guess. Not like, just get this video out there. Share the video. I'd really appreciate that to obviously help my channel out and just get this, you know, get this game breaking thing, get some eyes on it, you know, drop a subscription to the channel, turn notifications. I'm doing a rebuild every weekend. That's what I'm hoping to do, uploading it every Saturday or Sunday. It takes like a couple of days to record, so I don't want to, you know, in the week I'll upload like, you know, my career mode and my 2K content. Now, like my Man City career mode and the 2K. I didn't upload a Man City career mode on the day I'm recording this, which is the first day, because I was recording this. I spent quite a few hours recording this today, and this is how it ends. So I'm going to put together this video now, work on a thumbnail, and just, yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, I guess, and check out other content on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.